Plus, look at these 15-minute candles hammering the 95 for Laplace. Doink, doink. Got a wick right up almost to it there. Then you get a bearish candle down to the 95 for Laplace. Next 15-minute candle almost goes to the 99.7. Got a wick through, pulls back. Well, where did it close? Where did that 15-minute candle close? At the 95.4 Laplace distribution range. Why? There's a 95.4% chance it was gonna do that. God, I wish all you people out in YouTube land would figure this shit out, man. Here we are, back in the land of volatility. Holy crap. Well, let's pop over on, so we can, yeah, we just licked all our wounds. Let's look at a little pre-market action. Been looking at Bitcoin. Down a little bit. Right, we talked about this yesterday. What happened? Exactly what was predicted. It's pretty amazing how these alpha trading tools work. Literally. Did we record yesterday? When this thing started dropping, it's like probable 1 SD move. Then, best case scenario, back to the top side. I thought it might just break out. But I know I made a post about noon saying that this baby, and so right about here, when this thing started pulling up, I made a post that it's probable we're going to hit this area between, what I say, 377, 381. What did we get to? Almost 380. So there we go. Here we go. SPY every day. Alpha trading. Indicators. Nailing shit. Let's take a peek here. Let's do our SPY run up here. Pre-market was at 9:10. So we got 20 minutes, huh? So I'm gonna. How did the day close?
What's up, Bilbo?
Yep.
I got a question about that yesterday, if you don't mind. So, if you don't mind going back to the chart you had before, that 15-minute chart. So at that 11:45 time frame, when right around where you're at, right there, what made you think it was going to continue to go higher? Because it was going through the daily CBR there,
right? No. Oh, that's part of it for sure.
Okay.
Finding support on the well, first you break down, you pretty much do a 1 SD run to the downside, get support there, closes these candles above the bottom, but more importantly, this 4-hour candle. Here is the first standard deviation on the 4-hour to the top side. Here's the bottom side. Closed the first candle above the first standard deviation on that 4-hour candle. Tried to dip back down in, pulled back up, closed above it. Now look at this wick. Perfect wick to the downside. When this thing starts popping up, I mean, I made that call right here.
Yeah, you did. No, you're right. That's why I'm just asking. I didn't think about the 4-hour right there.
Yeah. I was looking at this 4-hour standard deviation, but then I'm looking at the bottom side of the 68.3. When I saw this thing blast, especially when it starts blasting up through, started closing candles above the center of the range, that was a no-brainer. No-brainer. Look at a perfect wick to this freaking weekly, what is that, the R2? Pulled back a little bit, But like right now, I mean, SPY closed above the center of its monthly range. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Let me see something here. Daily. No, let me see here. I mean, from back here, yeah, we got some hidden bear. Not very, I mean, we're talking 2 weeks ago. Probably still valid if I change this up, because what I got it set on the 7. I bet if I flipped it on the 21, it'd price might not be there, to be honest. Look at the fissures. Look at the fissures on the daily SPY. I like those a lot, having an outlier. So this is how it closed. And we talked about this freaking Z-score, right? We were talking the whole time. It's down here bouncing around while SPY was dropping into the basement. It's finally starting to pull out of here. Finally starting to pull out of here. Now the 4-hour.
I appreciate it. I didn't take the 4-hour into effect. I got it.
Yeah, man. Got one of the fishers turning down the 4-hour. We're trending. We're starting to go back into trend though. Predictor is saying to the top side, contracting volatility negatively correlated. And that's the 4-hour. So that'll be the first time frame. Like right now, if I was actively trading, this is what I'd be looking at. Right. First, I want to see how the daily closed, but obviously I'm a chart junkie, so I've already seen that. So I'm going to start on the 4-hour, get a little read on this, which I like. I do like. Then I'm going to jump to the 90-minute. Have the 90-minute. We're up here on these upper. There is a little bear div too. Bear div fishers are still up. Predictor saying, let's go. Okay. Contracting, a little bit of contracting volatility, just like 1 percentile. Hit sloping back down to the downside. God, look at this Z-score, man. Holy shit on the 90-minute. I mean, you don't usually see a lot of this. You're usually right. You're usually just range, and the Z-score just loves to work its way through these confidence intervals to the top and bottom. Man, this was some massive freaking some massive chop for a freaking Z-score. That's crazy. What the hell? About the 45 as we're dropping down lower. Yeah, I mean, there's bear divs on these a little bit. Volatility on the 45. The last 45-minute candle, right? That pullback definitely was already negatively correlated, and we got this boom. About a 36% little pump on that, or little pump on the volatility. That's the way that closed. Now, 15-minute. Jesus Christ, we've got some space in the yeah. And there's the bear div, right? Bear div and the 15 sent the fishers crashing. Volatility was nice, steady expansion. That last couple candles, right? It flipped negatively correlated. Boom, boom. So yeah, considering what this 15-minute candle looks like, or the way the 15-minute closed, it's no brainer. Pre-market's down a little bit, especially when I'm seeing the bear div 45. This would be a good place to get some support on this zero mean though, and bounce back up to the top side. Yeah, 90-minute bear divs a little more. Let me see this price action. I mean, price action wise, not too steep, but I'll tell you what, the returns oscillator, man, that move right there hit the 2 SD band, and now it's kind of rejecting it to zero mean. The fishers are up though. But yeah, so 90, 45, 15, no brainer. This is down a little bit. So then, boom, what am I doing? So now I see that, I'm popping on the VRE. Where are we? We're above the monthly range, right? The new daily range, we're dead on it. We're dead on it. It's right here somewhere. You can see right now. They're trying to push this thing down. They got one problem. You got the center of the monthly here. The bull algos, they're right here going, come on, motherfucker. Here I am. Feed right into me. That's my opinion anyway. And probably why this is getting pushed down. The charts already showed it, but considering it's getting sandwiched in between the new daily and in the middle of the monthly. This will be interesting open. I'll tell you where it's at though. Man, this is like, dude, it is right. This is volatility heaven right here. You're dead in the center of the monthly range. going to be a good day, I think. Let's see. It's going to be important to see what happens right here. And of course, get this new daily range. It's going to go up again. Let's see here. So anyway, you just got a quick little idea of what when I'm actually trading, what I'm going through. And it's probably a 32-ounce espresso mixed into that. So yeah, shit's wild. Shit's wild in the morning. Okay, let's see here. So that being said, we got to read on SPY. We got to get the open. But this pre-market, yeah, this pre-market's not going to go below right here. They'll be like, no, sir. No, sir. That is not happening. Not on my watch. Bitcoin, where's it at? Center of the monthly range. Dead on it. And that's why we're seeing this. Look at this monthly range. Wait a minute. I mean, it just started. There it is. There it is. So we're way below it, right? Dude, this is a liquidity sucking monster right here. Did it? And I talk about this before. You get this new monthly range. I mean, for Christ's sakes, that price action's like, let's go, right? Bulls rocket shipping this price action up. Do the bears, I mean, what are these bear algos going to do? Check this price action out. I mean, you talk about an even distribution around the freaking center of the monthly range. This is what's going on. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. These fucking hyper algos are just going berserk, pushing this price action around. Let me see here, which I like. So who's going to win? Well, let's see here. It's on Bitcoin again. Put this back on Bitcoin. Weekly. Look at this bull div. Look at this bull div that's just been building on the weekly. When everybody's super hyper bearish, I'm just like, it's getting real stable right around 20K right now. Be careful. We could have another pop. Be right back up 23, 24K. Driving everybody fucking nuts. Especially the bears. The perma bears. You just can't get it through their thick fucking skull. Hey man, it's okay to trade low time volatility and be a bear and a bull. Those are the people that are making a fortune. You people on these teams, you're getting wrecked, right? You're getting wrecked. You got to be able to switch sides. But see, how do you, right? How do you know? That's their problem. Especially you got YouTube Jimmy out there saying, don't trade low time frame. Don't do it in crypto. It's too volatile. Yeah, right? We hear that shit and we just go, no wonder. No freaking wonder. These people are getting 10s, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 views. Especially, and a lot of those views are coming from young, new traders that their first experience in trading is cryptocurrency. All right, can you imagine? Holy shit. I would put those charts away and go right to Forex. If you're trying to learn this stuff, if you're trying to learn alpha trading indicators, shelf crypto for a little bit. Start checking out some Forex pairs. You will learn a lot quicker because those moves are sustained. They're very easy to see coming. Then start looking at the crypto charts and the volatility, man. So people don't understand. It's like, I mean, what is this? This is just a week. You drop down here on the 1 minute. Look at the volatility. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction. Look at all the flashes. Look at all those flashes. Money, 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 money. Like that. Right now, look at the 1 minute. Right before market open. Look at this fucking thing. You think when traditional markets open, we're going to have a freaking swift little move? Yeah, apparently we are. Apparently we are. Look at the bull div. At least lately. Nice little ramp up here with some bull div on the 1 minute. Volatility low. ELP's coming back to the zero threshold here. The variance is turning up, negatively correlated right now. Look at the Z-score though. Right, and this is good on the 1 minute. So look at the Z-score, how it likes to, we know what it does. It loves to run this gamut here, man. Upper confidence intervals, lower confidence intervals, upper confidence intervals, lower confidence intervals. When you get these outliers, you're usually dipping down below the 95%, above the 95%, sometimes the 99%. When you get those outliers with the Z-score, it is almost a no-brainer. Okay, hey, move over, man. Right? You can trade the Z-score, for crying out loud. That's what's great about our indicators. There's a lot of these indicators you could just stand alone and trade these things if you really learn them well. But look what happened on the 1 minute. Volatility, wham, 0 to 80% in this 1 minute candle. Look at the correlation was going positive. As soon as that volatility expanded, breaking correlation, negatively correlated. Boom, down she goes. None of this little bit of bull div really played out at all. You can see a wick right here on the price action, right? That was pretty much it right there. You just got this pullback. And then, whoop, down we go. I could flip quick, but this was just an example using the 1 minute, showing how the volatility contracts and expands. Meanwhile, that's a good video that Yasha put together, right? That's posted right above in the stream chat. Everybody should watch that. Then you get to see Yasha too. Which is awesome. One day we will meet, my friend. Yes, yes, yes. If I have to come to Israel. Do they allow Bilbos there? I don't know. I've always wanted to go, though. Be fun. Would be fun. Okay, so what's that? The 1 minute? What's happening on the 15 minute? Or what do we got? 924. As soon as that hits 925, I'm going to go to the 5 minute chart and see what's up. Outlier on Bitcoin. Boom, boom. What do we got here? Bear div. All right, bear div on the 15. Boop, and just plunged. Right when the fishers all flipped, predictor flip, the volatility was already at 100 percentile. Right, the 15 minute, it brought it up. It was positively correlated. Correlation breaks. The volatility doesn't have to contract, it's already at 100%. It's not going to expand anymore. But if it stays at 100%, what are you doing? You're watching the correlation. You're watching the correlation break. Boop, negative correlated. Down we go. Plus, look at these 15-minute candles hammering the 95 for Laplace. Doink, doink. Got a wick right up almost to it there. Then you get a bearish candle down to the 95 for Laplace. Next 15-minute candle almost goes to the 99.7. Got a wick through, pulls back. Well, where did it close? Where did that 15-minute candle close? At the 95.4 Laplace distribution range. Why? There's a 95.4% chance it was going to do that. God, I wish all you people out in YouTube land would figure this shit out, man. I mean, we don't know how to explain it any more easily. All right, we show you on these charts every day. Dun, 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 dun. How these indicators work. It might seem confusing at first. Hey, if you're out there getting wrecked, losing money, what in the hell do you got to lose? That's my question. Yeah, time to fly. We'll all have a meetup. It'll be fun. We'll do something fun. Let's see here. All right. Is that it? Ran over? 5 minute chart. Yep. So let's see if this is building any bull. Yeah, we got some bull div building. Now look at this 5 minute. Right. This would be a perfect nice, and look at the fishers. They're in lockstep. They're almost all together down by third standard deviation band. Look at the entropy. It just trended right through the second standard deviation line. So would you think maybe this down move's about over? Look at the Z-score. Outlier into the 95% confidence interval. Time is near. Doesn't have to be, but what are all these indicators showing? Especially we're 3 minutes from traditional market opening. What's SPY doing? Right to it, man. I mean, it's right at it literally dropped pre-market right above. I'm telling you right now, the center of this monthly range wasn't right there. This would probably be down maybe another point or two, I would imagine. Probably the yesterday's daily range center. But there's going to be some buy liquidity right here. I'm not saying that the bears can't push it down through here, but I'm just saying, hey, we know what's here, right? We know what's here. And that being here pre-market, you're being patient. You want to see where the daily range is. I would imagine it's going to open up right in it. And I would probably say below the center, above the bottom is probably where this price action is going to open up. We got what? The hell, where's the damn time? What time is it there? Yeah, okay. About a minute. As we wait very patiently for the market open. And we're starting to get some of these wicks, all right? Exhausted. Let me do some real quick. Yeah, and look at the APPs. The APPs, you got 2 buried. It's just a 400 length. It's freaking up here hanging still. The volatility grades dropping. And these are some of the best. When you see, this is why once you learn the indicator, you should definitely slowly but surely start turning all this on. Because when you have all 3 lengths of APP, when you've got volatility grade, and then when you get percentile, and they are all buried, they are all fully contracted down here, your freaking, your spidey senses are tingling big time. You're waiting. So, but what's that going to tell me? That the expansion in volatility that will happen here on the 5-minute at some point, probably not going to be as intense. Why do I say that? Look at the entropy. Chances are the next move we have, it's all going to be price action going back into randomness, where we know you don't get as big of moves. You do get moves, but it's mostly a lot of drift. And we probably won't. Now, boom, there we go. It just happened. When that 5-minute candle closed, the volatility dropped to 0, the grade dropped to 0. Now the APP's starting to turn up a little bit, but you've got the 981 volatility coming down. The 2400's going sideways. So yeah, you can see, look at the entropy right now. It's trying to turn back up. Of course, it's at the 2 SD band. Go back through time and look how the entropy reacts at that 2 SD line. See what I'm saying? That's why we use these things on everything, for crying out loud. Yeah, for sure. That's what I got to do. When I take a woman out on a date, I immediately throw 2 standard deviation lines around her. Okay, what are we working with? All right, we're good. Let's go. Hopefully that made somebody laugh. Oh, you can apply this shit to your life. It's incredible. I drive people nuts, trust me. I used to drive them nuts with div. Now it's all about entropy. The randomness of life. When are you in trend? It's just like anything else. Think about that. 90% of our life is random. There's only 10% probably trend. Now look at Bitcoin. All right. I mean, I just walked you through the 5-minute chart, telling you probably what was going to happen. And it's popping right now. But now look, you're almost at the 95 for Laplace already on this 5-minute candle. Almost rose right to it. And the traditional markets are open. Ah. Boy, that was a pretty damn good read. It opened right down there below the center, above the bottom. And the daily range, where's the daily range today? Right? Yesterday, was it above the center of the monthly? No. First day of the week? No. Or Tuesday? No. Look at it. It is now. This has got all the workings for this thing to fly, man. Today. You can look at the wick right to the center of the monthly, bottom of the daily range. It's exactly what just happened. So that's beautiful right there. I'm not saying this thing can't bust through here and come down to the 68.3. I mean, look what happened yesterday. You see a difference though? We opened up yesterday below the center of the monthly. So it went down. I remember even talking about this. I was like, look to see where you start closing these candles. This 15-minute candle was pretty quick, and it sucked back up and closed above the bottom of the daily. So that's kind of you're just sitting on your hands. You see the next, you come down and you give a run at this first standard deviation. Once you see this thing start climbing back up, No brainer this thing was going to go to the top side. I remember even yesterday pre-market, we were a little like, could do this, could do that. But I kind of settled on this idea. I wanted to see what would happen. And if it did run to the 1SD, it was probably going to fly to the top side, get back up above the monthly. Boom. I was shocked we didn't do a 1SD move, to be honest. But maybe today. Do we run up and hit a 1SD to the top side? 382. So what am I going to do now? Go right here. SPY. I want to look at these weekly levels. I can expand this a little bit so we can get a good read. Tell you what, man, this thing is mean reverted right now. And where are we on the weekly? You guys realize where we're at? Here is, let's see. Where in the heck? Give me 1 second here. 23. Yeah, it's just, I don't know why my little pinky dot. That's strange. But anyway, second standard deviation is at 383. Let's see. Right now, we are literally, we are right below the reverse mean. Right below it, about a quarter away. That's 25 cents for you guys trading the Zambian dollar. Where are you? See in here? No, damn it. Warlord, it's out protecting the goats. Love it. Another one we got to get over here. We all got to meet. I'm telling you right now. What are we, Thursday? If SPY can close this weekly candle above this reverse mean, look back here though, right? Then you get this little pump up and wham! This is something different about this though. Well, what do you see different, right? Now we're down here on this, it hit this 1SD band, it's popping off it. But I would love to see SPY close up here around the 2SD, 382. If it closes the weekly above that, this thing could rally. And that's why all these people out there watching the news, we don't give a shit about the news. We give a shit about mean reversion. That's the only thing that matters. It's the focus of what we do, right? It's all about mean reversion. And does price action mean revert? No, we don't give a shit about price action. We know the price action is going to follow the returns. All we care about is the returns. Where is the mean of the returns? Only thing that matters. This is what a lot of people are they're getting misled badly by YouTube Jimmy. YouTube Jimmy is a scammer. And a lot of them don't even know. They're getting scammed. They've been led astray, right? And they're pushing these stupid TA programs, teaching people bad risk management practices. It's so horrible. Literally teaching brand new traders, young kids. God, I wish I was started to learn to trade when I was like in my later teens, early 20s. Are you kidding me right now? You probably wouldn't be hearing my voice right now. I'd be on my island. Let me see here. But yeah, Jesus, I ranted myself into emptiness. I lost my track of thought. It happens. But anyway, close 2SD SPY. We want you badly. Get your butt up there. Okay. That being said, we know where that is on the weekly, daily. We talked about this daily, right? We got the rejection perfectly off of the power mean. Boom, 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 down to the 2SD band. Mean reversion, highly probable. It's at 390. Here. So anyway, okay, so that daily is on its way back up. 4 hour is above. 4 hour is above at the 1SD band too. So yeah, this is a tricky little spot. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. You know what? You guys, who wants to talk? MJ, you busy? I got to go grab a dog real quick. This guy's being enough.
But Pete Funk helped me out with settings.
Yeah, man, I'll send them, and again, MJ's helped me out with a lot of these things too. And so it's just,
yeah,
and again, I'm finding that, going back hypothetically, the chart I just posted in Stream Chat shows that, shows the spiders ripping up. But it's funny because he's talking about the daily CBR and monthly CBR. You can see it, and then it bounced off my 35 mean. It also bounced above the RV or the RWT right there at 931.
Yep.
You come over to the upper right screen. That's a 10-minute screen. You can see that the mean went right through the 2 RMLRs. The mean going right through the 2 RMLRs is really becoming a super. I mean, not becoming. It's a super powerful thing, because if you can look at the last 3 bars on that upper right channel, it bounced right off that mean. And I run a 35 mean. Some of these guys here run a 30 or 33.
Yep.
And that's your charts, MJ, that I've tweaked a little bit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But again, it's still clear and concise on it.
Yep.
I still don't know how to read your A2 ENT on the bottom left, because I don't understand what the upper part of it means. Like, you can see the yellow lines there if you blow it up, sort of. I still don't understand what that means.
Those yellow flashes?
Well, not so much yellow flashes, but if you look at like let's see, let me just blow this so I can see.
You're talking
So
about
if
the
you
one
look
you
at
put in
the-
the screen in the chat, right?
What's that?
You're talking about the screenshot in the chat?
Yeah, the screenshot in the chat. So if you look at the ATENT version 2, those
Yep.
little yellow lines that are above the, I guess, entropy. What is
Oh.
it?
Oh, that is that's AVR, so it's just regular volatility. So that's what those lines are. I just have them in the
AVR.
histogram form.
In histogram form.
Yeah.
That I understood, but
Yep. So yeah, those are just AVR. So if you put the AVR, I think I don't know what setting I had it on. I probably had it on 981.
see, I guess I'm guessing.
If you check on the settings, I guarantee it's probably 981, because that's typically what I use. It could be the 636, so I think it's what
It's 981.
It's 981. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's
981,
what it
which
is.
is fine. I mean, it's just,
It
you
is
know.
my favorite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the all-around go-to
Just be
setting.
called the Bilbo.
Yeah, the Bilbo setting.
I like 416 too, especially on the low time frames.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I mean, the smaller settings are going to get you more activity, for sure.
Here's something ironic too. So I told you guys that I follow another room too as well, because I use them for ideas, but I told you they trade off levels. So I'm going to post this chart. This is our stuff on the bottom right and their stuff on the upper right, and look at the lines, how they're almost identical. It's all levels. That's all based on open, high, low, close.
Mm-hmm.
And look at our VREs and monthlies and all that stuff, which I think ours are more accurate.
Yeah, I was
much
going to say,
more,
look
much
who's
more
are
accurate.
hitting.
What's that?
Look which ones are actually hitting.
Exactly. You can see it like to the T. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The only thing I
think those
have,
guys,
the only thing I
they're-
have on the
so-
upper right is I have an RWT on that.
They're not quite...
Yeah, I mean they're using they're using the high low close.
They're just using open, high, low, close of
Yeah.
yesterday, today,
Yeah.
pre-market, the pre-market up. You know, and I don't have it all set up for this morning, but
They're using data set support and resistance levels pretty much.
is that what you call it? A data set for support resistance? Interesting. Okay.
Pretty much what they're doing.
Okay. Now, have you ever done that, Bilbo?
What's that?
Have you ever done that? Have you traded that way?
No, not for a long time, my friend.
Okay. Do you consider that traditional TA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Just
Now,
curious.
sometimes does it work? Yeah, that's the fucking problem, right?
Yeah, like if I was going to go back to just forget volatility, if I'm going back to traditional TA, I think the
Right.
only chance you have is really looking at those levels. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
you can kind of make a system, but it's such a royal pain in the ass, and the problem is you don't know if those levels are going to hit or not. We are
Yeah, how-
very confident in our levels because these are what the damn market works on. That's the
agreed.
simplest answer. What are the bots using? What are these big firms using? That's what I want to use. I want to have something that works with them. And so, using these other arbitrary little levels, yeah, you can kind of make a system off of some of it, right? Because if you get down far enough, well, then you should buy. If you get up high enough, well, then you should sell. But it's like you just don't know, though.
No, you're right, man. You're right. I agree.
Yeah.
only reason I've got that one built like that is I'm just trying to get it, just to see how it works in cahoots with
Yeah,
ours.
for
And
sure.
and it sort of does. And it's sort of, again, look, everything is right twice a day, right?
Yes, exactly. Yep. Well, and that's the thing, right? I mean, some of these guys, the really good traders, like, I mean, they can trade, getting 3 or 4 hits out of 10 as long as they cut off their losses. But hell, why the hell would you want to do that? I'd rather be on a system where I can get 8 or 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 at times. So,
agreed.
That's really what it boils down to.
You just said that had me laughing. One of the last times I played golf with my grandpa, God bless him, he was like 82, and there's a bunch of geese at the end of the tee box, and I'm like, hey, Pop, let me get rid of these geese. It's like, I don't want you to hit one because he's getting old. He's hitting the ball low, topping them and shit. He's like, oh no. He's like, there's only 2 times a day I'd hit one of those. Like, what? He goes, yeah, I'm only right twice a day. And I was like, oh fuck. Tease it up, bam, kills a goose.
Oh my gosh.
It hit the fucking thing right in the neck. Yeah. Boop, it takes 2 steps and just falls over dead. I was like, okie dokie.
Gosh, we were golfing a month ago, and same thing happened, man. These geese come in, and they're just all, walking around. We weren't trying to hit them, but of course, someone freaking whacked the ball, and next thing you know, dude, it took like the leg off of this goose. Next thing you know, there's like blood everywhere, and he's just hopping around on one leg. I was like, oh man, great. Yeah.
That's why I like it. They're gonna do that. I used to join. There was a guy. They hired a guy. He'd come out twice a week with his fucking dogs, run the geese off. Finally, they took off for good because they get tired. Because there's nothing worse. I don't know if you know. You're walking around the golf course. There's goose shit everywhere. You're picking it up on the bottom of your golf shoes, and when that goose shit mixes with freshly cut grass, and you let it dry on there, it's like fucking concrete. Man. It's unreal.
That's pretty funny.
It's like, what the fuck? Somebody shoot all these geese. Bunch of Canadians, go back. See, we got border jumpers on the south, border jumpers on the north. Fucking geese. They're dirty, greasy animals.
But for Iscariot and P-Funk, trying to what Bilbo's doing today. We're in the nitty gritty, right? You're trying to figure we're trying to figure out these small moves, where it's going to go and all that. Sometimes, like, if you're getting lost, you just got to back up and just go back to basic volatility, looking for the extremes. And that's what I do when I kind of get overwhelmed with stuff. I'm just going to go back. I'm looking for the easy trades, the ones where everything's extended,
Yep.
That's exactly what I do, my man.
Yep.
I back up too. You have to. I get information overload.
Yeah. Yep.
Big time. And then if I get
or I make a wrong move and I think, okay, hey, go back to basics. Think about your the deviations, not the deviations. Well, yeah, deviations.
Yep.
But I just go back to my basics.
Yeah, and throw those cones up. I mean, it's amazing. Like when you're sitting there and you're thinking one thing, you throw a cone up, and next thing you know, you're like, oh yeah, no shit, right there. It just came down to fucking third standard deviation or third, whatever, 95% Laplace, and boom, you see a reversal or whatever.
Exactly.
It's just, those cones are powerful.
Or divergences is what I meant.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and that's where you see the divergence, right? You always see you most of the time you see these divergences right around where these extremes are on the deviations.
Yep. Exactly.
And to go back to the beginning of the week, I remember talking about this. It was right here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're getting a new day today, Thursday. Immediately talked about the top of the weekly range, not like the top of the center, right? I'm talking the whole volatility range on the weekly. So we're talking R3 right up here. It's at 382.57. It's right at the 1 SD. You got the top of the monthly range right above all that. So, and look what happened, right? This next 15-minute candle pulled back down. It's fine. The 68.3 Laplace on the daily, this white little cross right here, is right on the R2 of the weekly. So where's the probability of this thing going? Right here, in my opinion, by looking at these charts. And we're probably here at some point going to see 382, 383. Hell, it could push through there. You could get a wick up to the top of the monthly. But I'm telling you know who's sitting here? The big bad bear algo. Trust me, he's right here. He's just waiting. And who knows? That could be it. This is why we trade low time volatility, though, because I could say in my mind, because I know what all the news is, but I know that the volatility is creating that news. But if I'm focusing on the news, I'm like, you know what? This could be where it goes to. Grab all that liquidity for a fucking another dump. And you'll see this thing right back down, 350, 360, right in that range somewhere.
I think that's a great point, too. And P-Funk, you're good at that, too. Like you're basically, you look at news just to kind of get a bias. Right. Just to kind of get what's going on right now, I mean, we know that we're in a liquidity crunch, right? So probably right now, any pump is to sell off, to a dump. Yep. So we're not looking for any long-term, get in for a long-term uptrend. We're just not in that right now. So, that's kind of what news is good for me, what I'm looking at. I just want to get a feel for where we're at, in a big macro view, but because then that helps you, because if people that don't do that now, they're looking for these long-term positions right now, and they're getting wracked. Yeah, they're getting
because
wracked
they think that maybe the bottom is in.
Yeah, they think the bottom is in or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. This bottom's not in yet.
Right. It might not be.
And yes, maybe it is in, but I don't trust it enough. I mean, look, you come in and look at what the dollar's doing, you look what the bonds are doing, you look what oil's doing, and that can pretty much give you your take on it. I was just trying to come off on yesterday on like what was making him predict like that it was going to go higher, and Bilbo explained it really good. And now here again, when you were just pointing out on that 15-minute SPY chart, and your target being 383. And that's about where I'm thinking 382, 383 is in that area as well. Mm-hmm. But if you look at, and I'm using RWTs and I'm using means and all that kind of stuff to above it, just keeping it simple. If we're above it, buy it. If we're below it, and also using the predictor on it. And that, if you just kind of use all of those things into it at the, incorporate it all, then you're fine. I mean, obviously we can't trade off news, dude. I mean, news is, as fast as it is, and I got a Twitter. I'm sure, I don't know about you guys. I got a Twitter feed kicking like all the time too.
Yeah, right,
so,
right.
I got to keep the penny stocks out of there and all that shit, and not look at that because I have all that stuff being thrown at me too.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you going over, what you did here on the 15-minute on the SPY and how you were trying to come up with that. Or you were coming up with it, and I would agree. I would think where your target is probably a good spot. But that means in 3 days now we're up. Well, I don't know what 25 handles on the S&P. That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot. So I would, at some point you're gonna have profit taking, but shit was so low. Some of these things are still beat up. I mean, look at Boeing, man. It's still $130. I mean, some of these, it's incredible where some of these stocks are. NVIDIA is 130.
Yep.
AMD is 60. I can't believe, well, 70 now, but these things are cutting 2/3.
In here, I'll take a peek really quick what I know you love. So here's Wave Trend Fisher. That's the 90. Let's start on the 45 because I noticed that. Look at the 45 flipping. Okay, we were up here, 425, 426. Everything flipped on the UPM. Down we go. We had this little move back up. Here, let's spread this out. Let me just pull this up.
The white dots, is that your RWT?
The white dots are the wave trend. Red
Yeah.
is Fisher reverse. Yep.
Huh.
And so you can
Okay.
see right here, man.
Yeah.
Before we gapped up the other day, or fuck this 45. Yeah, the other day it was stuck right here on the reverse Fisher. Then boom, you gap up. And I mean, look at this 45. It is above the power mean band. That's the thing. That's what's powerful about this power mean band that people don't realize, man. There's a lot more to this thing that meets the eye. It's not going to want to get away from it very long.
So you are bullish that it's above all that stuff, all of it, or are you expecting it to come back to revert?
Well, because we had the cross right here.
Yeah.
Here, in my opinion, that gap down, that was a come down and check, right? The bears, they're going to check the bulls. Well, they didn't even make it to the wave trend. They're like, no, fuck you.
Right.
So this will be interesting. I mean, the Fisher hasn't turned up yet, but then I go to the 90, right? And you can see we got outside the power mean band. Immediately it pulls back in, which is a no-brainer. That's what's great about these. Now, look at the 90-minute. We're just sandwiched in between wave trend Fisher. Look at the wicks rejecting off the Fisher. So to get to that target I'm talking about, we got this monster to deal with. Then you got the 99 length log return moving average. So to get to that 382, 383, it's above all that. But that's the 90. I didn't look at this earlier. Where's the 4 hour? This is probably going to be a revelation right here. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it's dead. So we got 381.6.
I don't have a reverse on my UPM. I don't have, so that's a type. Is that a reverse Fisher? Is a type reverse Fisher transform? Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
And what is your, if you don't mind me asking, what is your length on that?
Oh, my Fisher. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got a special setting. Let's see here. What plot do I have it on? I think I got them on 4 and 5. Okay. So first off, is this wave trend or Fisher? Yeah, that's
wave trend.
Wave trend's on a 49, smoothing on. Now, Fisher, 254, 254.
Interesting. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like tenfold.
Oh my God, I didn't realize what time it was. But here we go. This 15-minute candle, boy, it's really trying to close down here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
but
nice move.
like yesterday, this is a little different because we opened below it. But yesterday, one SD move and trooped right back to the top. So let's see what happens if we find some support at the 68.3. We also got the daily S1 here, just like yesterday.
Yeah, S1.
So this, and we still got what? 3 minutes. If this candle pulls up and closes above here, I'm going to laugh. But hey, probability it might. Especially you go over here. I mean, there was bull dip. Let's look at a 15-minute. No bull div. 45 create any.
Well, the predictor gave that whole down move.
Oh yeah, 100%. Always, like we always say, man, you could freaking trade the predictor. You just.
I'm going to post one last chart. This is interesting. If you look at this on the upper, on the lower right. Lower right, that's a 4 hour. You can see the RMLRs and you can see the means sort of going right through it and the RWT. That's interesting on a 4 hour.
Yeah.
So, I would say the mean reverse. So that would be down around 370, 37.11 with the RWT at 37.43. I think we touched that before we go higher if we are going any higher.
Right.
And any rally that I think we have here is, like you said, maybe 383, like you're saying on the SPY. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. It's just like, I think it needs to get to the top of this weekly range to get the dump they really want.
I would agree with you. And it's got to go higher before it goes lower. I totally agree with you on that.
So does it
well,
happen?
Thanks for spending the extra time, bro.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Thanks,
we'll
everybody.
See you guys, sir. I'm in and out all day. So, if you're around, if you want to talk, just let me know.
Sounds good. We'll see you guys in the morning.
Take care,
all right,
fellas.
peace.
All right,
Peace.